I've been doing so many videos with Bill lately that I just wanted to do one of my own, specifically for women. One of the things that I've said before, and I've heard other people say, is there's definitely a war on women. There's definitely something going on where they're trying to undermine women, undercut women. It's kind of an odd thing because we went from the feminist movement to women are equal, etc., to now there's this whole war on women where the transgender issue, the men in women's locker rooms and sports and everywhere else, the bathrooms even, to where if women speak up, they're being maligned, they're kicked out of working, of Wise and other places. It's just gotten ridiculous. And I started thinking, if there's a war on women, that's because God has a purpose for women. And I just want to speak to the women today. Because if you have felt like you're being oppressed, like you're not loved, like you're not being respected, like you're not being given the promotions or whatever that you think you should have, if you feel like there's something coming against you all the time, no matter which way you turn, if this has been a particularly difficult year for you, you're not alone, and it's not you. It's all of us. And those of us who have a call of God on our lives, and and I'm not saying that I have any particular great call, but I am saying that many of you do. And the enemy is trying to stop you, and the enemy is trying to make you feel bad, and he's doing it by using your loved ones, your friends, your co-workers, and even people in your own church sometimes. Don't give in and don't give up. One of the things I ran across today was a post that somebody put up about Leah. I never thought a whole lot about Leah. I always felt bad for her. If you don't know who Leah is, Jacob wanted to marry Rachel and was in love with Rachel. And Laban, Rachel's father, had an older daughter named Leah, who they say was not as Rachel was beautiful. Leah was apparently not physically beautiful. And so he tricked Jacob, and he ended up marrying Leah, who he did not want. And so Leah was sort of hated, they say. But Leah was able to give Jacob children, and Rachel wasn't for a long time. After Leah had had many children, Rachel finally had children. But Leah was this pitiful character. And yet, if you look in the Bible, Leah had Judah. Judah means praise. Judah was the ancestral line of David, the ancestral line of Jesus himself. So Leah was hated not because of who she was, not because of who she wasn't, but because of who she carried within her, who she was going to give birth to. Leah was greatly loved by God and therefore not loved by man and even her own sister. Although I do think that they loved each other, they had a lot of sibling rivalry, which was understandable on both parts. So what I want to say is you may be birthing a Judah. You may be birthing somebody who's going to come forth, and not just a person. I'm not talking about just person. I'm talking about a movement. I'm talking about a move of God. I'm talking about whatever it is that God has called you to do. Don't give up and don't give in and don't let go. If God called you to it, he will see you through it. But you are being made stronger in your faith by facing all of the opposition that you have been facing. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on today. One of the women who has been greatly maligned and misunderstood is Melania Trump, and she is our first lady. But many in the press, for whatever reason, don't like her or are jealous of her or think she's a whatever. She has founded her own production company called Muse Productions, and she is doing, I don't know if you want to call it a movie or a documentary. I think it's a documentary style, a documentary on herself, on what it was like being the wife of Donald Trump. And specifically, she has a lot of information on that time between the election and the inauguration, and all of the things that she has done and suffered through or whatever. Sometimes it's hard for us to see a wealthy, beautiful woman as suffering, but my goodness, they have thrown everything at her and her entire family, especially, of course, her husband. We forget that she's married to the man who was indicted 91 times or whatever it is that he had, 34 times indicted on 91 counts, whatever. So if you find it, I don't know where it's playing or when, but I do know that it's playing. And I also ran across a very interesting post by Nicole Shanahan, who was RFK Jr.'s running mate. And she was not anymore, but she was married to one of the co-founders of Google. So she was in Silicon Valley, one of the wealthy women there, and she talks about how the wealthy women there operated and what they did and how they got involved in all these charitable organizations because that's what they were supposed to do. And she said they thought they were helping to save the world, and all this stuff. And she said, yet during all the time that they worked on all these climate change or whatever charitable organizations, crime got worse, poverty got worse, everything got worse. So there was sort of a wake-up call of maybe we're not helping, maybe we're not. And I think she was one of the ones who woke up and shifted her thinking. And now look, she's been very effective in working with RFK Jr. and all of the Maha movement. So I do want to say a prayer for women. Father God, I bring women before you. I know you have a place in the kingdom for all of us. I know that you have a call of God on many of us. And Father, I just pray that you would release the call, that you would release them, the mantles upon the women to do what you have called them to do. And let them rise up as Esther's and rise up as Deborah's and rise up and complete the work that you have started in them, Father. And I just thank you and praise you for women are wonderful. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye. God bless Melania Trump. God bless the United States, and God bless every one of you. Thank you.